Greetings of peace. Namaste. My name is Imhotep, broadcasting on behalf of 13scienceastrology.com. The reason for this particular episode in this video is because I want to talk about something that a lot of my students that were part of my light worker course, and a lot of my astrological students have been asking me to form some form of an order, some form of a spiritual order, based upon following the information that I've been putting out on YouTube. A lot of young people have been inspired by it, and things like that. So they felt as though, and people felt as though I should form an order, or I should help to gear up some form of a spiritual occult order. So I kind of wanted to put together this particular video just to kind of briefly give out my views on why I'm not going to form a spiritual order or some form of an occult order. Now, basically, you have different occult orders out there. You know me, when I do my videos, I like to always give people a background, people that are new to this type of stuff. You have different orders out there. You have the Rosicrucians. You have many different occult orders. The Order of the Eastern Star, the Rosicrucian order. You have the nobles, nobles out there of the Order of the Mystic Shrine. You have different orders out there. You know what I'm saying? And these orders, a lot of them, some of them are really secret. Some of them you've never heard of, and then other orders many people have heard of. Most of the orders that I've named, those are the more popular ones. Then there are other orders out there that many people have not heard about. You know what I'm saying? So you got different orders out there. And basically these orders are called occult orders. And occult orders, what they do is they're kind of like secret, and they teach you knowledge and pass on information that is so powerful that it could change the world. So they have to pass it on to you in the form of rituals, and in the form of basically in a ritualistic, sacred fashion. And the reason why it was sacred was because, or the reason why it was secret, I should say, was because of how sacred the knowledge was. Or the knowledge is, I should say. And sacred knowledge is essentially what is passed down in occult orders or whatever. So my whole view on it is that, okay, you have all this sacred knowledge that's being passed down in occult orders, but then you start to study the progress of the occult orders and where we have, as far as in the state of humanity, you know what I'm saying, and in the state of humanity and where we're at now, we really haven't gotten as far as we should have gotten with this sacred knowledge, which means that the state of humanity has failed. Man and woman has failed. You know what I'm saying, as far as us being on this spiritual plane, or us really ascending. You know what I'm saying? So now getting into an occult order, what I'm saying is this. Now getting into a occult order has become more vain, you know what I'm saying, or starting an occult order, and the whole process of getting into the occult has become more vain and materialistic, you know what I'm saying, in this day and time, because of the state of humanity than what it was intended to be. You know what I'm saying? When these occult orders were originally formed. The occult orders were originally formed to create perfected man. And those people that, are initiated in different occult orders know that the knowledge is still passed on within the occult orders. But the thing is that people are, the application, you know what I'm saying, people are applying, you know what I'm saying, this knowledge and wisdom. So now the state and the quality of man has fallen to where now if you start an occult order, or if you form an occult order or some type of a spiritual order, the type of people that you're going to get in the order are going to be materialist type people. And they're going to basically want to be come into the order for some type of a financial reason. They're going to want to come into the order for some other reason outside of reaching the state of perfected man and woman. That's the thing about, you know what I'm saying, with this whole occult order thing, because the quality and the state of humanity has failed. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a reading out of one of my particular books that I do a lot of reading out of, particular scrolls, pamphlets that I read out of, and this is the Holy Quran, but this is not the Holy Quran of Mecca. This is the Holy Quran Circle 7, Holy Quran Circle 7. So you can see that. And I'm going to take a reading out here. It's a very interesting book, or scroll, I should say. The scroll comes from very ancient text or whatever, so it comes from very ancient text. I'm not going to go into the history of that here. You can actually Google a lot of information about this text, but I want to talk about just 2 verses I'm going to read out here. Just 2 verses really quick. And this is my reason why I, Imhotep, am not going to form an occult order. And it says, "Weep not, therefore, at the calamities of the human state, rather laugh at its follies. Rather laugh at its follies. So it says, weep not therefore at the calamities of the human state, rather laugh at its follies. In the hands of the man addicted to vanity, life then is but the shadow of a dream. The hero, the most renowned of human character, what is he but the bubble of this weakness? The public is unstable and ungrateful. Why would or should the man of wisdom endanger himself for fools? Again, why would a man of wisdom, listen to that, endanger himself for fools? And that's very key here. What it's saying is that, what those particular verses are saying is that the nature of humanity is unstable. The nature of man and woman is unstable. And man and woman essentially lives out of vanity right now. So everything we do is based on vanity. So when we join religions, when we start occult orders, whatever we do it most of the time right now is on our state and our vibration where we're at. We're doing it in the state of being seen, or in the state of how it's going to look. Like, oh, that'll look good. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really get deep into getting into any type of occult order and have any vanity. Like, there is no vanity associated with an occult order. So what happens is that a person will start an order, and they may be sincere, but the type of people that they attract, because remember what the script said, it said a man of wisdom or a woman of wisdom will not endanger him or herself to fools or for fools. So why would you put yourself in danger for someone that would not appreciate what it is that you're trying to bring? So that's basically where I'm getting at here, is that the quality and the state of humanity is not ready for occult orders. It's not ready for occult orders because humanity has fell down to such a low state to where now basically we're in a state of what's called chaos. So you can't really bring order in a time of chaos. Order comes after. We're in the time of chaos because, as you know, we're going into the 13. And as I talk about in these videos a lot, 13 represents chaos. That's one of the things that it represents. And most people look at chaos like it's bad, but the Mayans talked about these chaotic times, and they called it no time. See, we're in the time of no time, and in a time of chaos, you got to wait to bring the order. So basically what happened is that man has fell to such a low state to where now chaos has to come. Chaos has to be introduced so that all of these different ideologies and vanities and these different false images that man and woman have for themselves need to be busted up. And these things need to be busted up through chaotic times. Basically, Mother Nature has taken over now to where Mother Nature's saying, nah, it ain't no time for no order. Mother Nature's like, she's getting ready to basically shit on and destroy some people, you know what I'm saying, and bring down the whole. And this is not gloom and doom. I'm just saying, like, everybody's going to get back, you know what I'm saying, what they deserve or whatever, but it's chaos time because it's not really about even just a person, you know what I'm saying, because Mother Nature is not a respecter of persons. So let me make that clear. Mother Nature is not a respecter of persons. So it's not like she doesn't like you because you are like this. It's just you're either going to be in tune with her laws and with the laws of mind, or you're not, you know what I'm saying. And the thing is that we can't have any order until this chaos comes because we've been out of tune with Mother Nature for so long to where now the chaos has to come because the chaos represents cleansing. We're in a time of no time, so there has to be a cleansing that has to take place. So me being in line and in tune with the times and me researching and, you know, studying metaphysics, I would be wrong to start an occult order in these times. You can't start an occult order in these times because the state of man is too low. You have people, occult orders out here now that are on the internet. And I thought about this myself at one point. I'm not going to lie. You have these occult orders now that's like people are studying and they're doing this stuff through the internet. And it's nothing wrong with that. But again, like, I'm not judging anybody, but I'm just saying I came from the old school as far as the way I was taught. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really initiate anybody on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It has to be really, technically, it does get to a point where it's hands-on. It's physical, and you have to have time, and it turns into a community setup. Resources are needed. If you're going to start an occult order, you need a place or a village or a community to do this at. A lot of people start orders out of their apartments and stuff like that. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. We got like people trying to do this stuff. Start these orders and stuff, and it's like you're living in an apartment. So, and that goes for anybody, even for myself. That's why I'm saying me, Imhotep, I'm not starting a occult order. I'm not starting an occult order because it has to be done right. That's my thing. It has to be done right. And I think at this day and time right now, where people are at, it just can't be done right now. As far as this stage of humanity, it can't be done right now. So I worked with my guides and my angels, and I decided, you know what I'm saying, what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, to go to the next level as far as it's just to help people to survive. You know what I'm saying? Not even just survive, but to really to live, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from a old school. I mean, I had a teacher, like one of my first teachers was, we call him the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and many of you have heard of him. And very controversial figure. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything that he taught now where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of my first teachers. And one thing I learned from him that sticks with me is that he was a very independent man. Very, very independent man. And he taught self-sufficiency. He taught doing things right. Like, in order to be initiated into the orders of the things that he set up his own different orders. Elijah Muhammad was an occultist. He set up occult orders that were up under the Nation of Islam. Many of you know about the Nation of Islam, but he had other orders up under that. So, and he taught a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And he taught about being self-sufficient. Taught about being independent. And basically he taught about how to make it. I mean, he called it survival, but I call it living or whatever. He taught about how it was going to come a time where in this country where the only way we would be able to live and survive and eat essentially is if we were producing our own. You know what I'm saying? We were producing our own. You know what I'm saying? So what I teach people is how to be a creator, how to be a producer. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I choose to stay in the role of a teacher instead of being a leader of some occult order and all of that. And I try to stay in the role of a teacher, but not only that, a businessman too, though, because we have to be business oriented. You know, so we have to be business oriented if we're going to be spiritual people, and that goes for any type of spiritual person. I mean, I don't care if you're a Buddhist or whatever you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're a part of the Pleiadian group, the Orion group, whatever you're a part of, you have to be self-sufficient. You have to be spiritually oriented. You have to be a spiritually centered person. You have to be a business person, though, a spiritually centered business person to be able to provide everything that you need for your people, whoever your order is. If the Orion group is your order, you need to produce for those people that are part of the Orion group. So I teach people to produce something for themselves, So I decided to come up with a program that I'm working on or whatever, and it's going to be up on the website really soon because our software is complete and it's going to be for sale. But when you buy our software, you're going to get enrolled into a program that's going to be called Astro Consultant or Astrological Consultant. And it's going to basically be a consultation, pretty much a team of astrological consultants. And you'll get, you know what I'm saying, like when you buy the software or whatever, you'll be able to go out there and be able to give readings, you know what I'm saying, from this software or whatever, and to be able to have a comprehensive understanding of astrology and be able to give readings to your friends and family and be able to not only do that, but to be able to generate an income for yourself. Because, I mean, I'm all about seeing people like okay, you get spiritual and you wake up, and once you learn this knowledge of yourself, it's about providing for yourself. How are you going to make it for yourself? You have to have a way to make an income. So I'm all about creating something for people. I mean, eventually it's going to be creating jobs, but starting out is creating other business people, other spiritual business people or whatever. So I came up with this program, this astrological consultant program based off our software because, like, pretty much it makes you an astrologer. It makes you an astrologer overnight to where you don't have to have a deep understanding of astrology to give out readings and to generate income for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because this particular software, I mean, it's interesting. I could have did a lot of things with it. You know what I'm saying? I really could have did a lot of things with it. And I could have just been like, all right, I'm going to just go super corporate with it and put it in stores, you know what I'm saying, put it in Walmart and all of that. Nah, it's for the people. So I'm saying, like, I'm going to empower people and give them a way to make money for themselves off of the software to where not only I'm just going to sell you some software and be like, all right, you're an astrologer, you can go out there and generate readings for your friends and family, but you're going to get enrolled into this astrological program called Astro Consultant, to where you're going to always get updates on astrological updates, transit updates. I'm going to be putting out DVDs and a lot of astrological material on Chiron and some of the planets like Juno and some of the planets that's not really talked about in astrology. A lot more information about the 13th sign is going to be getting put out in private videos, and you're going to automatically get piped all this information, which is going to help you to not only learn astrology, you know what I'm saying, but you'll have the software to be able to give readings so you can make money for yourself, you know what I'm saying, so you become a practitioner. And not only that, but you'll be able to learn timing, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to learn the science of timing, because that's what astrology is based on. It's based on the science of timing and when to do a thing. So even when you have other projects that you're working on, like other business projects, you can time your business projects, time them out, so that when you say, for instance, you want to start a business on a certain date, you know what I'm saying, if you started on that date, that's going to kind of dictate the course of that business. See, that's what people fail to realize. A business has a natal chart as well. So if you start a business on a certain date, that dictates the course of that particular business or whatever. So it's just a whole lot or whatever that people need to realize or whatever. So like you can do a natal chart on a business, you know what I'm saying, and dictate how things are going to go, you know what I'm saying, because you're looking at the energies of that business, so you can kind of manipulate now. Like once you that's what a mental alchemist is. It's basically one who learns how to manipulate the elements, you know what I'm saying, through studying the energies that are present, and they learn how to manipulate by meaning they learn how to go outside of the law. Like you study the law so that you can learn how to be an outlaw, to maneuver around it. You know what I'm saying? So you can basically be an outlaw and go outside of it to go around the law. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a manipulator is, one who goes around the law. So you're looking at the energies of the natal chart, you know what I'm saying, and you casting it, whether it's for a business, a person, or wherever it is. But you're doing that, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much you're doing that with a sense of looking at the energies that are present, so you can learn how to work with it and manipulate it. So like that's basically like what I want to do, you know what I'm saying, like for the people or whatever, is to be able to see the people make it. You know what I'm saying, like when, like especially here in America, like jobs are leaving America quickly. Jobs are leaving America quickly, and really in America what's going to happen is, and this is a secret here people need to listen to, you know what I'm saying, like I could be out here doing seminars and making millions of dollars telling people this, because this is going to be one of the secrets. And I've been saying this in my videos a lot, people pay attention, but the light workers are going to be the new new entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying, or the spiritual people, the massage therapists. Those are going to be your new entrepreneurs, the alchemists. Eventually, see, alchemy is a science that's going to be progressed upon, and it's going to be basically something that a lot of practitioners will come out and start to teach the alchemy and things of that nature. So things are changing or whatever, and those are going to be the new multi-million-dollar industries. It's going to be astrology. It's going to be numerology. It's going to be all your stuff that people thought was funny. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is going to the healing sciences and arts, herbology. These are going to be the new big industries. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing is I'm taking this 13 sign information. You basically have a format on this software that is not on any other astrological, any of our competitor software or whatever that we're going to have on this software or whatever, to where you can give out the original 13 sign readings. It's programmed perfectly inside of the software, basically to where you can give a person their real original sign. Because as time goes on, people around the world are going to want the shift is going to happen. They're going to know they're a different sign. Babies are going to be born, and they're going to be born up under the new sign. So just like it's about 10, 20, 30,000 Western astrologers that are all making money, you know what I'm saying, because there's about 10, 20,000 different Western astrologers that are all making money. It's that much room for 13 signs Eastern astrology or Eastern astrologers to come into the game. So I'm looking at it like, instead of selling this blueprint, this software to some corporation, give it to the people. So that's what I decided to do. Basically decided to give it to the people instead of forming an occult order and doing that, and giving the people a way to teach them, because like, I mean, it's deep. Like giving a person a natal chart, you're teaching them something about themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know nothing about themselves. They think that they're a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, a drug dealer, a rapper, a comedian. Like people have very linear, one-dimensional way of looking at themselves, and when you get your natal chart, you start to see that you're multi-dimensional. Like you have a lot of different energies going on, a lot of different things that you could be doing and tapping into, and that's what the natal chart teaches people. So I decided, like, take this information and empower the people. That's all I'm saying. Like I want to take this information that I learned about astrology and empower the people. Like take that, just that little bit of knowledge of who you are as a person breaks you free out of the religion, breaks you free out of the spell of thinking, of identifying with a preconceived, I guess you could say, idea of what the matrix says you are. That's all I'm saying. Like your natal chart really helps you to tap into who you really are. That's why I got into it, because like before that, I didn't know who I was. My image of who I thought I was, like seriously, like before I got my natal chart, was like, I thought I was just some dude that came from Cincinnati, Ohio, you know what I'm saying, that grew up, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much went to school, went to high school, got in a little trouble here and there, and was like in the streets or whatever, and then got into religion, and then like for a minute I thought I was a Muslim or something, then for a minute I thought I was a Christian, you know what I'm saying, or I thought I was a rapper for a minute. But it was like when I really got my natal chart, that's when I really realized, like, you know what I'm saying, I had a lot of spiritual gifts. It was much more to me than just these mundane titles that we put on ourselves. I started to learn how to tap into the essence of who I really was. Like if I'm a rapper, I'm much more than that. That means that I'm a griot, you know what I'm saying? That means that I'm someone that sees into the social order structure of things and can present that information, show people, and keep people on the cutting edge of the social order, and to show people what's coming in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because being a prophet and predicting what's coming in the future, it ain't all deep like that. All you got to do is study human nature. If you want to predict what's going to happen in the future, just study the past. If you study the past and become a historian of the past, you'll always know the future. And that's what I learned. Like I really learned that from just like having a thorough knowledge and history of the past or whatever. So I'm just saying all that to say, like, pretty much me putting together an occult order with all the knowledge I have, and with me knowing about energy, and knowing that we're going into the age of Aquarius, which is another point I want to bring up. We're going into the age of science. We're going into the age of Aquarius represents independence. Like, people are going to be like, I want to do this myself. Aquarius is the do-it-yourself age. So like all the self-help, like that's why you see all the self-help information out there. Self-help is going to be the new industry. You know what I'm saying? Because the age of Aquarius represents do-it-yourself. It's staying on the cutting edge. It represents science. It represents networking on a scientific level. You know what I'm saying? It represents quantum physics versus your linear physics. You know what I'm saying? Or your linear mechanics or whatever. So I mean, it's just a lot of whatever. People don't really understand, you know what I'm saying, like what's going on socially with the world and people. So, you know what I'm saying, like people kind of think that you should do something, because I had a lot of people really coming at me like, you really should start this order or whatever. You helped a lot of people. You got over 400,000 YouTube views. I mean, you should really try to do something for the youth and start an order. But I'm like, that's not the way. That's not the way to help the youth. That's really what my guys told me. So I'm going to stick with that. The way to help people is to empower them, to give them something that they can, like, basically you can give a man some fish or you can teach him how to fish. So I would rather teach a man how to fish versus just giving them some fish or whatever. And that's essentially what people are doing in these orders. People join these orders just to have a way to get, like, pretty much to have a way to depend on somebody else, like a crutch. They don't join the order to reach the state of perfected man. And that's what the order was about, or woman. It was about reaching the state of perfected man or woman, reaching the state of the light being, like transcending the material aspect. So that means that if a person is coming to an order because they want to get a check or get benefits and perks and stuff like that, that's material stuff. And I'm not saying that that's not needed, but that's not the essential, the overall reason why you should do something like that. Starting an order is a patient process. In ancient Kemet and back in the days, you couldn't even get into certain orders until it took you, 10 years to even get initiated into certain orders. Like in Kemet, me, myself, I wouldn't be able to start an order anyway. You would have to be 42 years old to even become a priest. Like, you got to be 42 years old to get in the priesthood. So, I mean, that's another thing. I take this stuff serious. So I know I'm not ready to start an order. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like, I'm not in the priesthood stage to do something like that. And you would have to be a priest to do that. So, like I said, I'm giving the power to the people. I'm here for the star seeds, the indigos, the crystals. I'm here for the young people, and the young people need a way to provide for themselves. They don't want to work for the matrix. That's why the matrix is falling down. The old way is not working anymore. So it's about bringing it out with the old, bringing in the new, and bringing in the new energy, bringing in that self-help energy. Basically raising up some light workers, teaching them how to make it on an economic level, teaching them how to make it on a military level. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even an aspect on security type of level. Like, young people need to learn hands-on type of stuff, not religious, far out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Teach them hands-on, like teach them economics, teach them security, teach them the women need to learn how to cook. The certain units that they need to learn. I mean, like learning how to clean up the home or whatever. So it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like learning feng shui and just learning how to work the earth element and bring an order into your life. And then, you know what I'm saying, if you got order into your life, then you can start talking about forming an occult order. If you already have a way to provide for yourself and you're independent, then you can start talking about joining or something higher so that you can ascend past the physical. Because you can't ascend past the physical unless you have a proper foundation. And what I mean by that is that you can start an occult order or you can join an occult order, but you have to have the basics of life mastered before you can really talk about ascension, which means you have to know where you're going to get some food at every day. You have to know you got a roof over your head. You have to know you're going to get clothes on your back. Those are the three things that you really got to know, you know what I'm saying, before you talk about ascending, because you can't do that securely in a physical. You're still physical. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be able to, if you're not secure on a physical level and stable on a physical level, you can't ascend on a spiritual level because you're not grounded. So you need grounding or whatever. So I feel like the phase of where we're at, based on going into 2013, being in the state of no time, we're going to probably be starting over. It's a possibility that currency changes could take place. It's a possibility we might have to live off the land again. So I look at it like teach people a skill, give them a way to eat, teach them how to fish. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Like teach them how to fish instead of just giving them some fish. So that's what I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying, with my time and here in this incarnation, is to help people on an economic level. That's what 2013 is going to be about for me. I'm going to be introducing a lot of people into the channel, like I was saying. I'm going to be introducing a lot of new people on the website. New products and services are coming from other people, not from me, from other people or whatever. So lot of exciting stuff coming for 2013. But Astro Consult is coming really soon. Look for the software is available on our website, 13signsastrology.com. It's not available right now. It's not published, but I'm saying it's going to be available probably within the next 48 hours or whatever. The link should be up, and there'll be more information about the software. You'll be able to purchase that, and I'll be doing a video as well, so look out for that. Do like a YouTube trailer and a couple videos on the software as well. So look out for that. I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody for watching. That was just my brief little spill on why Imhotep is not going to start in the cart order. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll leave y'all in peace, love, and light.